gets attacked in a nightmare-style scene that ends far too quick.
Oh, what the f?
Stop and think about it.
Damn.
Assuming, of course, you can think. Weighing down your head.
What? Good. TV squad, we are watching Freddy vs. Jason Kill Count Recount Edition. You guys told me to watch this a couple months back. So yeah, we're gonna watch this. I think it's just the kill count is by Dead Meat. So y'all go subscribe to him. Let's go.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we
intro's
tally
fire.
up the victims in all our favorite horror movies.
I want a background like this. I got like the little UFC belt and a little hat, but I want one of these. Got the mask, the little bobble toy. Brothers, come on, bruh. This looks clean.
And today we're looking at Freddy vs. Jason, released in 2003. In our modern age of crossovers and shared universes, it's difficult to overstate how cool it is this movie got made. Sure, the Universal monsters had hung out with each other, but that was half a century prior. In 2003, dream matchups between iconic characters were still mostly relegated to comic books. This
Y'all couldn't watch y'all.
Oh, hold up there, Buster.
If I want to watch Spider-Man in the whole fight, all I gotta do is look that up on YouTube. I love and hate the internet. Sometimes the internet is trash. I ain't gonna lie.
It was a big budget showdown between the Dream Demon of Springwood and the Hockey Mask Machete Man from Crystal Lake. It was an event so monumental, they held a weighing in at the Vegas Bally's a month before the premiere.
That's insane.
And just speak for yourself, Hockey Puck.
The only
Whoa there, guy. Hockey putt is insane, bruh. Lock in.
owners of these two horror titans had been trying to make some form of Freddy vs. Jason since the late 80s. After 15 years, the movie had become the bastard child of 100 rewrites. 18 drafts were done by 12 screenwriters, some
Damn, 18? I know some of y'all that can't even sit through 18 lunches. What? That doesn't make sense. Y'all finished writing the movie. We rewrite it 18 times. And it still came out. I would have dropped this movie so, bruh. I would have been dropped this movie.
So-called Fred heads, some with even weirder shit. You don't want to know. Mark Swift and Damian Shannon finally came up with a premise that didn't suck. Freddy has lost his powers because the kids of Springwood have forgotten who he is.
Right.
Make them remember him, he resurrects Jason from hell and sends him on a killing spree.
Right.
Then, like so many other evil masterminds, he loses control of his subject to go head-to-head. Freddy vs. Jason found a champion at New Line in Stokely Chaffin, a longtime horror fan who produced I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, but she did not produce I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer.
Right.
Cool. After meeting with dozens of directors, she hired Hong Kong-born Ronnie Yu. Yu wasn't super familiar with either series, but had just directed Bride of Chucky. He imagined Freddy vs. Jason as a pro wrestling-like event with two larger-than-life figures going all out against each other.
You know what? That does make sense. The fight choreography from the last time we watched the Brad MT video, it did seem like a big UFC event. Low battery. Oh, hold on. Let me change my camera.
Everything involving Freddy and Jason is great.
Hey.
They each get to shine in their own together.
I just want to make sure that there's enough blood there.
That's an insane thing to say to a camera, no less. And you saw that smile? Look how wide he is smiling. That's from ear to ear. That boy is smiling and said, "I just want to make sure there is enough blood there." What the? That's insane.
Dude succeeded in
Lock
that.
this man up.
And others. Everything involving Freddy and Jason is great. They each get to shine in their own segments that feel tailored towards their
What
types
the
of
hell?
terror. You have nightmarish scenes full of supernatural, creepy stuff and scenes with senseless slaughter. Great. Even better is that the two of them square off multiple times.
Right.
Each bout better than the last.
Right.
You grew up a comic book fan, which infiltrates the visual language of the film. He's an imaginative guy who could mentally storyboard his movies, and he has a lot of fun with colors. Aside from the annoying low frame rate slow motion, which I hate, I think he made a great looking film. But Yu wasn't as interested in working with his actors, a mix of Americans and Canadians, since this was filmed in Vancouver.
My
Their
fault. I'm
parts are
looking for
poorly
some.
written, and their lack of direction is clear. I don't need all these meatbags to have rich, in-depth backstories, but at least make them somewhat likable. The folks running around here are just annoying. And don't say it doesn't matter because this is a slasher. We've seen plenty of likable characters in many Friday and Nightmare films. I think these jerks are more just a product of their time. The early 2000s had a nasty cynicism, and that nihilistic sarcasm bleeds through here. One last note, this movie's got flashing and strobing lights constantly, so maybe avoid
I'm epileptic, would have killed me.
this video if that's gonna affect you. Otherwise, let's see if the ultimate matchup can deliver some ultimate kills.
Let's see. Hey. Hey, I'm gonna start watching this boy more. I like these
In a boiler room, 'cause Freddy's first
this is like his
building
brand name.
He also gets first kill. This poor little girl
Right.
he murders off screen.
Yeah, and remember last video? The boy was out here licking up on the goddamn picture of the little girl. Freaky at he is 69. Hey, bro, somebody gotta lock this boy up,
Hey,
bro.
what you doing with that picture? Dude?
This
ain't the nightmare.
What is that? Why are they doing that? Ew! What? Old man, by the way, licking on the picture of a little girl. What kind of sick, sadistic, freaky deaky? What?
Mate, yeah, please stop. He narrates his origin, like how he was killed by angry parents, though he does leave out that his powers came from a deal with dream demons. I want it all!
Of course you do.
That makes sense.
And you shall be
Forever.
Why wouldn't you mention that, Fred? Freddy's become powerless because kids have forgotten him, and to make them remember, he's gonna wake Jason up from hell. Best way to do that is with a whole lot of naked lady flesh, provided here by Odessa Monroe.
That was in the movie? I am a connoisseur of the... And if this is actually in the movie, I definitely didn't see this movie because this would have been one of my favorite scary movies. Ooh, wee!
This very way to do that is with a whole lot of naked lady flash, provided here by Odessa Monroe.
Oh!
This very same year, she flashed her boobs on a motorcycle in Final Destination 2. Big year for her boobs.
I need to watch both of these shows. I need to watch both of these movies. These movies are not on my top 10 watch list.
Jason chases Heather into the woods before killing her with a machete stab that pins her to the tree. And Heather...
That's still an insane kill, boy. Damn.
Chases Heather into the woods before killing her with a machete stab that pins her to the tree. And Heather, you only count as one kill. Don't try that face morphing thing to inflate the stats. Yes, I'm counting Heather, even though she's a dream, just like Jason's mom is a dream. It's Pamela Voorhees, played by Paula Shaw. Betsy Palmer was offered the role, but said the dialogue sucked too much.
You promised me you'd kill all those people.
I'm an actress, for God's sake. Don't give me some dumb line like that.
Pamela directs Jason to get up and kill the kids of Elm Street. It'll really help a mother out. And by mother, I mean Freddy. Playing Freddy Krueger for his 8th feature film was Robert Englund, of course, the man synonymous with the character.
Notice who gets top billing.
And honestly, who wouldn't want Englund hanging around?
It's hard to get your motivation when he's so nice all the time.
When it came to Jason, Kane Hodder seemed equally obvious to Friday fans and Sean S. Cunningham. But New Line kept Cunningham distant.
Yeah, Cunningham looked crazy as hell. He looked like he got insanity in his eyes. His eyes look purely evil, like it's a demon possessing this mug. Scary as hell.
From the project, in part because of Jason X's failure. Hodder also suffered from association with his Friday films, which were usually regarded as pretty bad. Additionally, director Ronnie Yu said he wanted his Jason to have expressive eyes. Whereas Freddy was pure evil, the audience could get emotionally invested in Jason. So
ugly kid scared of water because it's drowning.
Freddy was pure evil, the audience could get emotionally invested in Jason. So maybe Hodder's rage-filled murder machine that sometimes veered into humor didn't appeal to the director.
That one guy that got backshotted in the last video, that's about to be me tonight.
Pause!
Right here.
People blame you, while he and others blame nameless studio execs.
The decision not to use Kane Hodder really had nothing to do with Ronnie.
But at the end of the day, I just feel bad that Hodder didn't get to be a part of this moment, especially after publicly advocating for the crossover for years.
I really wish I had been able to do it.
Instead of Hodder, Jason was played by 6'5" Canadian Ken Kersinger, a stunt coordinator in his own right and occasionally an actor. We saw him as Palm.
6'5" is crazy.
Kersinger had played a New York cook.
Get over here!
Jason in Taste Manhattan, where he also doubled for Hodder as Jason in 2 shots, getting hit by a car, and I think when they did the third rail bit in the subway tunnel. While I don't like this Jason sad droopy eye, I think Kersinger does well reinventing the character. Gone is Hodder's heavy chest breathing and moving his head before his body. This Jason would be new, and to prove it, you gave him a new hockey mask. This one's browner, has cheek chevrons again, and is free of the Chris Higgins axe mark. Jason heads to Elm Street and the most famous house on the block, inside of which a bunch of teens are drinking, smoking, and lasciviating. Lori, who lives
drinking and smoking at a teenage year. This movie was filmed and recorded decades ago, and it's still going on today. Stop vaping, breathe air.
Here is trying to ignore this Blake bloke.
You know about feng shui?
She doesn't get help from her friend Kia, played by Kelly Rowland during Destiny's Child's 3-year hiatus. Blake was brought here by his bro Trey, the super douchey boyfriend to Lori's friend Gib.
Oh, babe. Tell you about kissing me after you smoked, huh? Babe, make me ask you twice.
Babe. Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the douchey white guys. You never get, you can, as viewer, you never can get really too connected with him. He's just for no reason.
You
You know I don't like to be touched after, okay?
Babe, no touchy. Jason appears in the bedroom and
Like y'all didn't just get smashed. Yes, Jason, do it to him. Cause he acted like he didn't just get acted all ungrateful, oh, nipple baby ass nigga. Kill him, give him back shots.
stabbing him about 10 times with a machete.
Back shots, back shots,
Impressively,
back
Freddy
shots.
holds on to his beer the whole time. Good job, Trey.
Oh my beard. Damn, what? I didn't see that part. That boy got his own back put it. Damn, he got
Trey holds on to
folded.
his beer the whole time. Good job, Trey.
Damn. He looked like Jerry in that one Kicking It episode, but like the reverse. Damn.
Babe, you know I can only sleep when I'm shaped like a V. The kids run screaming until they find the police. The older cops recognize the Freddy Krueger house and try to keep his name under wraps. They
Nancy on
foul
Elm
when Lori
Street.
overhears them, then repeats the name to herself as she falls asleep at the police station. That's basically an express pass to Nightmareville, USA. Population, a bunch of creepy kids on missing child posters, and one little girl who ain't got no eyes.
Oh my
Little
God.
eyeless Annie orders Lori to tell everyone about Fred Krueger, and to help her remember his name, here's a song. Yeah, I know this is like the third
for
reunion tour
better
for
life.
Jump Rope Girl,
Hey.
but I'm getting those tickets anyway. I'll take any performance I can get.
Right.
Since Freddy's in Lori's head now, he wants to try killing again. He
Right.
decides to go after Blake, who graduated from the Nicolas Cage Acting Academy.
My best friend was just killed, Dad.
Kill Power Ranger acting.
Jones-looking dad there is played by Brent Chapman, who got killed by Michael Myers in the beginning of Halloween Resurrection. Blake drinks himself into a nap, and Freddy attacks him using Shadow Swipe. It's not very effective.
Okay. I'm all right.
Freddy
I'm
tells
okay.
the viewers
I'm all right.
that while he's still weak, Jason will have to keep killing. J-Man's already ahead of him, as Blakey wakies to find his dad decapitated on the porch. Blake grabs the head and hilariously tries to use it as a shield when Jason murders him. Now it's time for the nightmare-flavored characters of the film, as opposed to the more Friday-like group of teens all drinking and sexing. Laurie's estranged ex-boyfriend Will and his buddy Mark are institutionalized at Weston, the psychiatric hospital from Nightmare 3 Dream Warriors.
Right.
Will is played by Jason Ritter, whose dad John Ritter had just been directed by Ronnie Yu in Bride of Chucky. Mark is given an energy.
Chucky has fully. This is like the third time Chucky has like put up in this video. Chucky has completely ruined dolls for me. I can't even have dolls in my room. I remember one time we went to this doll shop. I forget where it went. It was one of my white friends too. So I really shouldn't have followed them. But they took me to this white spot, like you know, like the demon star on the wall. I had rabbit for the first time there, like rabbit jerky, I think it was. It was just a weird, creepy, eerie experience.
Energetic performance by Brendan Fletcher, who was solid in the awful Leprechaun Origins. Will sees on the news that there was a murder at Laurie's house, so Mark uses his butt cheeks to steal some keys and they escape. At school, Laurie tells her friends about the burnt man from her dreams, and Mark shows up to keep yelling about Fred and turn Laurie into a teary baby. He also scares, whoa, Evangeline Lilly? Girl, you've got an oceanic flight.
Man, she bad as hell, dude.
Damn. With the good word of Fred circulating around, Kia has a dream about him. I didn't realize this nose picking was half practical. They made a mold of Kelly Rowland's nose and designed nose innards behind it, then filmed the bit with the glove punching out and pulling off the nose in front of green screens. They also filmed real finger knives in Rowland's nose, with the glove worn by VFX supervisor Ariel Velasco Shaw. He and VFX producer Kevin Elam tried to incorporate practical effects whenever possible, even when it came to stuff like the face-morphing tree victim in the beginning. Sometimes they ran into issues, like with the blood drops in Laurie's police station nightmare. They wanted to do those practically, but it didn't look right, not even with special prosthetics on a green screen. Doesn't look awful, considering how hard it is to fake fluids. Springwood's having a cornfield rager where glow sticks and slow motion substitute for style. Laurie, how hard are you rolling right now, girl? She's hit on by Linderman, the nerdy guy who likes her and who's always trading insults with Kia.
We don't have time for data dork right now.
You tear me down to make yourself feel better because you really hate yourself.
Damn.
Pathetic when you actually stop and think about it, assuming of course you can think. Weighing down your head.
Damn, you going? Damn, that's my black. She a black queen, so look, I ain't gonna speak much. I mean, she did call you a dork, so you know I can't really speak much on this. But damn, chill out, dude. Relax.
I don't don't like either of them, nor the goofy bully Shaq who holds Linderman down and douses him with beer. In fact,
he spit that out? Did he just spit that out of his mouth?
Goofy bully Shaq who holds Linderman down and douses him with beer.
Nasty ass.
In fact, I wouldn't mind these characters dying. Anyone know where? Oh, Jason, I was just about to call you, man. Before we can get to business, a mournful Gib sneaks away to cry about her dead boyfriend. Oh, hey, Gib, there he is, as a decapitated head. Gib's played by Catherine Isabel, who we've seen in Bones in the Carrie miniseries. She's worked a ton in horror, most notably as Ginger in the Ginger Snap films. That horror pedigree doesn't stop her from falling asleep in cornfields, though. While nightmaring, she's yeah, boy.
She bad.
To a Freddy Krueger classics. When Freddy goes for the kill, Gib's chest explodes in his face. She's been impaled in real life along with a would-be rapist, courtesy of Jason, who chucks the guy into the air. See ya! Aw, is there a killer who's whiny he didn't get that kill?
She's mine! Mine!
That boy's gonna kill her in 1.2. Forget about her and get to the next. Stop tripping, bro. Stop tripping, bro. Get over yourself, Freddy.
There he is. Listen, Fred, you're the one who ordered a murder machine. Don't complain when it shows up working perfectly. Jason keeps the kills coming with a bad-looking head twist on this random shot. Damn, that looks shitty. Shaq uses...
Only a drunk white man can see a man it's like 6'5" feet with a goddamn hockey mask, obviously looking deranged, and talk to him. And he think nothing gonna happen to him.
Everclear to light Jason on fire, which makes sense because it's high proof. But now Shaq's got a bigger problem, since Jason continues to chase him during a bitching fire stunt. After a short chase, Jason's like, boom, throws his blade in the air.
He got a 90% accuracy for that, bro. He hit from the goddamn half court. With a machete, a flaming machete. That boy said, dude, and he was blinded. It was a cornfield. Goddamn.
Goes through Shaq's body. Goddamn. I swear, I'm just telling you the facts.
The aura through that. Damn.
It goes through Shaq's body. Goddamn. I swear, I'm just telling you the facts. Jason killed Shaq. Now Jason's gonna f up everybody's name. I've got 8 kills here. 2 more than I did before. I never noticed these 2 background bodies. They're not dressed like any of the other 6 kills, which are mostly pretty bad, by the way. You can see this guy's blood contraption underneath his shirt, and this dude goes down bleeding even though Jason clearly misses him.
I didn't even see that last video. Goddamn.
Underneath his shirt.
That boy got the goddamn his hitbox all over the place. Damn.
Even though Jason
why your hitbox out? Why your hitbox so far off, bruh?
Massacre scene, but the more I learn about the fire stunt, the more I'm impressed. Ken
What's wrong with
Scherzinger wanted to do it, but since they didn't want to risk their Jason actor, stunt performer Glenn Ennis stepped in. Ennis wore a layer of Nomex, a high-temperature resistant material, which was then slathered in fire-resistant gel. He looks like a greasy baby there. Oh, and they filled his gloves with it too? Gross. On top of the gel, an accelerant was sprayed to ignite quickly and keep the fire going. Ennis had to breathe through an apparatus in the hockey mask as he walked 75 feet fully engulfed in flames. The smoke blocked.
And y'all think acting is an easy job? Making you believe that this stuff is actually happening even though it's not is an easy job. This boy walked 70 feet filled with nasty ass gel on fire just for like a 3-minute scene. Jesus Christ.
Blind, directed by a radio in
blind
his ear. Watching what went into this stunt makes me more forgiving of these lame ass kills.
Facts.
Who cares if a blood
Facts. So who cares that your hitbox is a whole feet off?
That's prosthetic is visible. They had a man on fire there.
He was on fire even not like it wasn't even just the walk. He was on fire while he was doing the kills. Jesus Christ!
Making sure they put him out.
That was the last burn scene with Glenn Ennis, ladies and gentlemen.
Silly Willy shows up and helps the other characters get away.
I know he going into it, he was like, oh, this is actually like a cool idea. Coming out of that, he won't. I bet he hasn't done a single fire scene after this, bruh. That's crazy.
Lori why he got locked up in the first place. One time, a few years ago, he watched through her window as Lori's dad killed her mom. Shitty dad, dude. Together, they go to Mark since he's their Freddy expert. But that sleepy little guy has dozed off on his feet and now he's dreaming about his dead brother. Great casting of these two as siblings. Brother Bobby looks just like Mark, only with yellow eyes. So help me God, yellow eyes. I'll put Bobby on the count now since we see him in his disturbing death state. Murdered by Fred Krueger, but deemed a suicide. Mark gets attacked in a nightmare-style scene that ends far too quick.
Oh, what the? What? Get that off my screen! Bro, I don't know why, but I felt that in my feet, bro. Ugh, Jesus
Kruger sends them out
Christ.
with a message and a branding that kind of looks like the Fight Club soap, IMO. There's a summit of awful
Oh yeah, that was Ultimate Aura. Freddy is back when the next back from kill is crazy.
characters in the
That's
basement
insane.
of Stoner Freeberg, who should probably be out looking for his missing silent Bob.
I'm still feeling that feet. I'm still feeling that feet thing. God.
Clown. Now that big ass motherfucker back at the cornfield. All right, that's who we should be afraid of. Tell me who the that was.
They're joined by Deputy Stubbs, a newbie to Springwood, who's been kept in the dark about Fred Krueger by his boss.
Damn, a lot of these actors showed up in another popular TV show about demons. It's a show called Lucifer. It's actually an amazing show. No ad, but you guys should definitely watch it. This guy, I'm pretty sure he was one of the cops that was on that show, I think. This guy, and it was another guy that I've seen before too. That's the same.
Who's been kept in the dark about Fred Krueger.
I like this dude face though, pause. I've seen him in a lot of other projects and I'm like, damn, oh, that's that guy from that guy. Like, he has one of those faces like, oh, what, didn't you play him? Type shit. I love that.
Williams is played by Gary Chalk, another beacon of light in the inky black turd of Leprechaun origins. Stubbs is played by Lachlan Monroe, now known for Riverdale, but to me, he'll always be the Ryan Phillippe knockoff.
Yeah, we've seen him in so many shows, or so many movies.
About Jason Voorhees.
Was he in Scary Movie too? Damn.
And tells the others his backstory. Big Brain Will puts the pieces together real fast.
I mean, what if Freddy brought Jason back because he was too weak to go after us on his own?
This guy, that guy,
back.
he got hold in Lucifer, bro. He got hold something nice in Lucifer. Yeah. He got hold something nice. This dude, this guy, the nerd guy.
So he used Jason.
Shit, dude, you nailed it. That is this movie's plot. This scene is all plot stuff with the clunkiest of dialogue.
Freddy died by fire, Jason by water. How can we use that?
This wasn't part of.
This is another reason why I don't like scary movies. Y'all gotta sell this insane stuff. If you can't sell it to the point I actually believe it, it's not scary. Unless it's something like Jaws. A shark can actually just start.
This scene is all plot stuff with the clunkiest of dialogue.
Freddy died by fire, Jason by water. How can we use that?
This wasn't part of the original script written by Mark Swift and Damian Shannon, but that thing was 130 pages long and would have run an estimated 2.5 hours.
Damn.
To fix it, director Ronnie Yu brought in writer David S. Goyer, who had written Blade and who would go on to co-write The Dark Knight. He also wrote Demonic Toys. Don't ever forget that, Dave. Goyer condensed the script, giving the movie its enjoyable breakneck pace.
Making scenes that were 3 scenes before into one scene, and when you do that, that one scene becomes a lot more dramatic and a lot more interesting.
The only downside is exposition dump shortcuts, like this scene and when Freddy freaking talks to the audience.
Not strong enough yet. Well, I will be soon enough.
Test screenings, which we usually streamline the film. They led to the removal of long scenes with forced emotional beats and even got rid of the occasional cheesy line.
Freddy versus Jason. Place your bets.
Laurie has a wee baby nightmare where her friends become mean and her dad makes out with her. But Fred away and bring his ear into the real world. Wait, the real world? Yes, that's right. And just like Nancy Thompson learned in the original Nightmare, this may be the key to defeating Freddy. The kids remember Hypnosil, the dream-suppressing drug that was introduced in Nightmare 3. So they sneak into Weston Hills to steal a supply and keep themselves safe in slumber. They don't have to worry about the security guard either. That guy gets crushed with a door by Jason following them inside. During their hospital heist, Freeberg stays behind to light one up. Must be some heavy
Only a stoner would do this.
shit, because now this Freddy Pillar bug bro is here, breaking out the hookah like this were Wonderland. The Freddy Pillar almost got cut to save money, but I'm glad they kept it in. I also love seeing these hilarious pre-visualizations of the effect, and the practical maquette they used on set. After a buggy shotgun, Berg winds up with the slug down his throat, and you thought we were done with Jason Goes to Hell.
These scenes are just disgusting, bro.
Possessed by Freddy, so he dumps all the Hypnosil down the drain.
Wow.
Enderman stumbles upon him just in time to give this hilarious reaction.
Dude, no! Dude.
Jason joins this hilarious reaction.
There was no emotion in that scream,
Jason
man.
joins the party and secures a kill with a secondhand Voorhees special. He grabs onto Stubbs and electrocutes by means of a machete and electrical shit. I love how this doesn't seem to bother Jason one bit. J-Man chases after the others, but Freaky Freeberg don't flee with them.
Let me handle this.
He's got 2 supersized vials of drugs and sticks them into Jason with vigor. Before the J-Man collapses completely, he slashes Freeberg in half.
Yeah, amazing feat, boy. From the hip with a machete. and cut this man in half, straight through bone, flesh, and muscle. That boy's strong.
The body you're borrowing, Fred? It's like returning your friend's car
And he was off drugs.
on empty. The passed out Jason winds up in a dreamland boiler room where Freddy attacks him bathed in red light. At first it seems like Jason's got things under control, but
Hey.
this is Freddy's world, so let's get ready to rumble! Fred, don't scratch up the mask. Dude just got a new one. Come on.
Damn.
Freddy plays pinball with Jason's body, thrusting him back and forth with some
Bing bong,
booyaka.
bing
This is
bong.
apparently when Freddy's stunt double was Rey Mysterio, but I can't find any details about it or clips of people talking about it. The nightmare ends with Freddy learning that Jason has a fear of water.
It was a stream of water and it stopped the boy in his tracks. He had a machete ready to swing on Freddy. He saw the water and was like, ugh, I might get wet. What the?
Point so stupid, Swift and Shannon vocally disown it.
I just want to put the record straight. We never said that Jason was afraid of water. We never wrote that. That was not in our script.
They had intended to suggest Jason might have a fear of drowning, but
Right.
during the revision process, that got changed. It's absurd, given that we know Jason's an accomplished swimmer. He's got an underwater hang zone with naked chicks, dude. He swam from a sinking ship all the way to the New York docks. Speaking
Right.
of which, are we sure this water isn't New York's toxic waste? Does it just turn Jason into a little naked boy?
How?
Movie? Nobody wants to see this again. Freddy finger hacks Jason's brain, and I guess I'll count 8 brain bodies here. 2 in the foreground, 1 that
Huss.
Jason's dragging,
Huss.
a couple of heads in the background,
Huss.
and 3 bodies floating in a closet.
Hey.
No, not you, Heather. I already counted you.
Right.
The inner workings of Jason's mind required a combination of practical and visual effects. Production designer John Willett built Jason's slanting house in the middle of Bunsen Lake in Vancouver, British Columbia. Willett also recreated the Freddy house on Elm Street using a lookalike they found. I'm surprised I didn't notice it wasn't the original. I love that house. The visual effects team added the atmospherics and Compton Jason's closet full of floaty, soggy bodies. As with their other effects, they tried to go as practical as possible, but they often ran into issues that forced them to use CG. Like in the pinball sequence, they originally filmed a stunt performer on wires making impact at various points. They only wanted to animate him in between the hits. But then Ronnie Yu saw a version that was all CG.
And Ronnie saw it, he's like, oh, that, I like that. That's what I want. And it became like, you want that?
The kids take Jason's passed out body and start driving from Springwood, Ohio to
Right.
Crystal Lake, New Jersey, at minimum a 6-hour drive. Their plan is to get Jason on his home turf, where he's strongest, then pull Freddy into the real world and watch Jason beat his ass. Lori
Right.
puts herself to sleep so she can abduct the Fredster.
Sleeping right next to a murderous killer that just killed somebody off the hip with a goddamn machete off gloves.
Dreamland. She finds herself at Camp Crystal Lake in the 1950s, where Jason's a boy getting teased by other campers, and Freddy is a counselor who's f***ing a dead chick? What the f***, Fred? Lori tries to help Jason, but Freddy holds him down, causing him to drown in real life. He wakes up, and in the commotion, the van crashes and sends him flying. Jason disappears from Dreamworld, which pisses off Fred and turns him all sorts of red.
Right.
I absolutely love this flying Freddy shot, and I dig how nasty his makeup looks here. Really cranks up a guy's evilness. Freddy's
Right.
demon look was designed by Bill Terazakis, a Canadian makeup artist who worked on tons of horror movies, including Wrong Turn 2 and Final Destination 2. I'm hoping to meet Terazakis one day, but while writing...
See, in terms of scariness, the Final Destination movies are a lot more scarier than this. The things that can really happen is the most scariest to me. I don't know.
I
don't know why.
learned that he passed away in June at only 55 years old.
Oh, damn.
I'm
Rest in
bummed out
peace.
about that. Rest in peace, man. His work here is dope. He added
Yeah.
a layer of musculature over Freddy's classic look, then gave him sharp teeth and scary contact lenses. Speaking of Freddy's classic look, it was applied by Pat Murray and Margaret Jaworski. The foam latex pieces were airbrushed ahead of time, then stuck on Robert Englund's face, which was covered in an adhesive.
It's evolved over the years. Now it's, they wouldn't have been able to do a single piece this large a couple of years ago.
It took 3 hours to put on and 1 to remove, but England says the latex was porous and could at least breathe a little. Lori's stuck in a nightmare back at her house on Elm Street, and in it, she sees what really happened to her mom. Her dad didn't kill her, it was Freddy freaking Krueger.
I've always had a thing for the whores that live in this house.
Don't you
Jesus
go Nancy
Christ.
Johnson a whore, you bastard!
Facts.
Lori trips over some buckling floorboards that would be awesome if not for the strobing lights and choppy slow-mo.
Welcome to my world.
It's your world's frame rate, bitch. Lori's friends carry her the rest of the way to Camp Crystal Lake, where they're shortly joined by Jason. He Kool-Aid Mans his way inside a cabin and accidentally starts a fire. That wakes up Lori and allows her to grab Freddy and bring him into the real world. Now it's time for round 2 of FVJ, a relatively short Inferno match that has some decent spots. Like when Jason runs Freddy through the windows.
Yeah.
Like Cabal.
Yeah. See, this is where it gets like heavy WWE, because I could never see a grown man swing at another grown man through windows like that. That's insane.
With Jason flinging Freddy into the air and through a roof. Before Lori and Fred even joined the party, J-Man was already flinging folks around. That's how Linderman wound up impaled through his side, which is why he's now bleeding against a tree. I like that he and Kia were given a little arc together, even if it wasn't well executed. He tells her he'll be fine and that she should go help the others, but he was lying. He will not be fine. That dude deader than Electra's camp counselor. Kia gets back to camp and talks to
this is when Freddy Krueger did my Black Queen dirty. This is why I started rooting for Jason, because how you gonna do my Black Queen like that, bro?
Shit to Fred Krueger with some dialogue Swift and Shannon stress were not written by them. She doesn't realize that she's backing up right into Jason Voorhees, who's to her death against a tree.
Wait, I could have sworn Freddy did some wild, wicked shit to her. I gotta rewatch that video. I think he said something wild to her. Stay shades, get out of here.
Blondie and her man are trying to get away, but Freddy cuts them off, and we got a girl for to save. And listen to what Freddy says.
How sweet. Dark.
You need to leave!
Dark.
I knew it was gonna be some racist. What the? Damn, what was I? What am I talking about?
Right into Jason Voorhees, who sent her flying to her death against a tree. Again with the choppy slow. I wish someone had told Ronnie Yu no. We're back to Freddy versus Jason again, and this last bout has got some length to it. After a regular brawl,
that's excessive.
Freddy starts launching huge tanks at the J-Man. He's hit and flies backwards with a great wire stunt that lands him at a construction site, a vestige of earlier story drafts that involved a housing development subplot. Freddy impales Jason with a bunch of rebar and knocks him around silly with a swinging cement mixer. This entire final sequence was a heavy lift for stunt coordinators Monty Simons and Scott Attia. They had already dealt with the intense cornfield fire stunt and carrying Ken Kersinger out of a van spinning around on a giant gimbal. Now they had to do a ton of wire stunts, requiring the expertise of veteran stunt rigger Kurt Bond, who passed away in 2017.
Damn, rest in peace.
The stunt team was grateful for the stars they worked with. Kersinger was, of course, a stunt coordinator himself, so professional he could finish a scene even with his foot accidentally stuck in a box. 55-year-old Robert Englund wanted to do as much as he could, which is why that's him hanging upside down in the cement mixer and doing his own underwater shots. But for the high-flying wire stunts, Doug Chapman stepped in, meaning he's the guy who flew through the air at the awesome dock shot. Man, that looks like it'd be so much fun to do. F and J fight back and forth until a cart launches them to the final fighting stage, the Crystal Lake docks. There, we get our biggest hit, the most luminous blood sprays. I appreciate that it's filmed in long shots instead of quick cuts. Don't give me that Kevin Dunn bullshit.
Just put a camera there and let them chop each other out.
Freddy cuts off Jason's fingers, leaving him with a handful of chodes. Then he takes Jason's machete and dual wields the two iconic weapons. Finally, he sticks his finger knives deep into Jason's eye holes and chest. Meanwhile, Lori and Dipper Pines have been dousing the dock in gasoline. She runs with a torch like an Uruk-hai at Helm's Deep and
like fire has been known to kill any of these guys this entire movie. They have both been hit with some crazy fire attacks and been walking them off. Especially Jason. This is not gonna do nothing.
That puts the fear of God into Freddy. Because remember,
Freddy died by fire.
Wait, what? I thought I'm not paying attention.
Jason by water. How can we use that?
As the fire rages on, Jason rips off Freddy's arm. Fred sticks him deep with his own machete until an explosion goes off. It sends them flying in a stunt that earned Chapman and Ennis a nomination for a Taurus World Stunt Award. Wait, there's a stunt award show with live performances sometimes? That's awesome! Lori and Will survive, but don't you sappy sops be hugging just yet, because walking towards them with a machete is Freddy freaking Krueger. He's one-armed and pissed. Jason interferes a final time before he must go, for his people need him. Lori finishes the job herself by using Fred Krueger's words against him.
Welcome to my world!
She takes that machete and Fred, killing him enough for me to put him on the count. I mean, look at that body. Look at that head. I know he's gonna wink later, but the Fred is dead. Jason's not dead though. He's just taking an underwater nap. Here's his machete for when he wakes up. Laurie and Will hobble away, the movie ready to end. At first, they weren't sure how to end it though.
Right.
Originally, it ended in hell, complete with an appearance from Satan. At one point, Pinhead showed up, but New Line doesn't even own that guy. One ending, written by David Goyer, was filmed with a PG-13 sex scene and Will possessed by Freddy Krueger. They settled on a simple shot of Jason rising out of the lake carrying Freddy's head. Since the filmmakers were back in Los Angeles.
Wait, so that boy's gone forever? Like, even in DreamWorks, he can't even come back? He's done? He's gone?
They used Doug Tate to play the J-Man, as Kurzinger was in Canada.
That is one guy that could just should have never been bald.
Carrying Freddy's head. Since the filmmakers were back in Los Angeles at this point, they used Doug.
Yeah, no, you need hair, bro. I'm sorry, you don't pull off ball. You either gotta be hella good at karate and hella good on the monk shit, or you need to start wearing toupees because I don't bald don't. That just hit my eye when I looked. I was like, yeah, no, you don't. That's not you. That's not you for real.
Freddy, of course, was still played by Robert Englund. Look at him in that green screen shirt. Fred gets the last laugh, literally, after winking to the audience on their way out.
Oh, so he is still alive.
With twice as many killers, did we have twice as many kills as usual? Let's find out.
Get to the numbers, huh? I hope it's a high score.
W effect. W added. Yeah.
You're next.
Yeah, let me see the numbers. Oh, that's actually crazy editing. I like that. How y'all do that? That's clean. Hey.
Woo! I counted 35 kills in Freddy vs. Jason this time around.
Okay.
7 of them female, 21 of them male, and 7 of them unknown brain bodies floating around.
Right.
Should those have even gone on the count? No, really, I'm asking, should I have done that? With a runtime of 97 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 2.78 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Trey. Despite the stupid slow-mo, the machete stabs are brutal. And how can I not love Jason folding a guy into an acute angle?
Not only did he give you back shots, but he put you into a reverse V.
No machete for lamest kill will go to the jock at the rave. I really don't like that effect. You can see it shift around as his body falls. And that's it. Freddy vs. Jason came out in 2003 and was a box office smash as predicted. It cost more than any film in either franchise before it. Not everybody liked it, including Nightmare's creator Wes Craven, who wasn't involved with the property anymore at this point.
I found it really just kind of brutal without being very imaginative.
There was idle talk of a sequel, including one with Ash Campbell that eventually found life in comic book form, but another film never happened, and now England says he's done playing Freddy. I got one more recount for you, the Friday the 13th reboot next week, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
Next Kill Count. Hey, you want another kill count? Okay, but you're gonna have to be quiet about it. We're back in the world of A Quiet Place, which means if you make a sound, you're gonna be alien food. Ah, shit, I'm sorry. Okay, back to quiet. Gotta be quiet for A Quiet Place Part 2, a sequel to the movie that made you never want to order nachos.
I'm gonna have to start watching this boy. Hold on.
All our faves are back. Even John Krasinski. And that guy died in the first one. Good thing his replacement is Cillian Murphy. Oh, dude, I loved you in Red Eye.
Damn.
I'm so sorry. Okay, we should probably wrap this up.
Hey.
In A Quiet Place Part 2, the aliens are bountiful.
I know what the Quiet Place aliens look like, but ugh. They look disgusting.
The aliens are bountiful. The character logic isn't. Seriously, Marcus, why wouldn't you stay below ground? Why would you go above ground, dude? God, whatever, man.
Horror movie stuff.
Part 2 this weekend and try not to get killed, so you can tune in for the Kill Count on Sunday, only on Dead Meat.
See what I'm talking about?
Kill Count on Sunday.
I mean, it's probably gonna be black and white for y'all, but
only on Dead Meat.
Look at that. Ugh.
Off, alien.
Quiet Place Part 2 can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Demi always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this kill count.
If y'all want to see more kill count videos, y'all put that down in the comment section. If you guys are new around here, you probably don't know what's about to go down, but all of my OGs do. So you guys sit back, relax, and watch us do our thing. Stay with me, TV Squad. Hit the salute. We out. W video, and I'll see you guys next time.
Please show your appreciation by liking and subscribing. Until next time, my dear friends, peace and love. Thank you, and see you in the next video.